Good day. It's approaching noon here in Tucson at Santa Cruz Catholic Church, and I'm here again to give you a brief reflection on St. Joseph. I'm still wearing the vestments that we use at Mass. We have a very busy day here on Ash Wednesday, but I want to give you a few thoughts on St. Joseph and Lent. He's a great companion to have during Lent, especially as we go into March, because March is the month of St. Joseph, and of course we have the solemn feast. At the end of the letter that Pope Francis wrote about St. Joseph, he says that the grace of graces is the grace of conversion, and that we should pray to St. Joseph for this grace. Joseph is a wonderful model of how we can live a very fruitful Lent, and I want to share a few ideas about that. First of all, St. Joseph teaches us about silence. One of the things we could do during Lent is maybe turn the television off at least some of the time, and some of the other noises that come into us that we have control over. I mean, a lot of the social media stuff, even our phone that we constantly carry around, we don't have to look at it so often or listen to what is coming forth from it. Another outstanding thing about Joseph is his obedience to God, how prompt he is. You know, the very essence and real meaning of devotion is promptitude in doing the will of God. And so if we really want to have true devotion, we must show our obedience to God like St. Joseph did. Another thing is his faithfulness to his calling, to his vocation, to his marriage, to his duty towards Jesus. And we can imitate his faithfulness in being responsible in our own vocation and what we are called upon to do. And also his virtues, we could enumerate many virtues which we invoke in the litany to St. Joseph, but we just mentioned the most outstanding one is justice. Joseph, the just man. We should have a great hunger for justice, a love for justice. Justice is rendering to others their due, beginning with God. So even having a firm resolution to give God his due, especially on the Sabbath, the Christian Sabbath, which is Sunday, the Lord's Day, would be a tremendous thing, and we can have Joseph to remind us of that. His purity of heart, we say Joseph most chaste, and the chaste guardian of the Virgin, but I like to think of that as purity of heart. He didn't sully his senses and his inner life with a lot of sensuality and other desires and loves. Everything was focused on the love of God, and that means also the love for those entrusted to him by God, and love of neighbor. Joseph also teaches us that we ought to prepare for a holy death. He is the saint of a happy death. In the old days, we used to have even devotionals for how to prepare for a happy death, and we should pray every day. When we say the Hail Mary, we say, pray for us now and at the hour of our death. And we forget about that, and I visit people in the hospital, and I sometimes feel sad that they're not getting enough spiritual accompaniment in those days and weeks before they die. But really, it should be something that we remind ourselves of at all stages of life. And then there's this about Joseph. He is a protector. This may be politically incorrect today, and certainly we know mothers can be lionesses protecting their children. Women can be great protectors too, but I think in a very special way, God entrusted to man the role of protecting his family. And Joseph is the head of the Holy Family and the protector, and especially we men can learn from St. Joseph. So during this Lenten season, as we begin, let us take Joseph as a special patron and companion, and let us imitate his outstanding virtues. And may God give you a most blessed Lent.